Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Reactee, and today we're watching 10 scary videos guaranteed to give you chills from MINDJUNKIE. Let's get into it.
This first clip was uploaded by social media user Bayania and takes place in the city of Karachi, Pakistan. According to Bayania, the clip was recorded by a security camera inside a call center when suddenly something unexplainable happens. Several chairs from around the room suddenly fall backwards. The employee quickly runs away in fear, leaping over the fallen chairs as he flees. But it gets creepier. The employee says that these kind of creepy, unexplainable occurrences are common in his workplace.
Okay, so that's a pretty chill job if you can just... I don't know if he was praying or meditating or what there in the middle of the room, but that's pretty cool. But the chairs falling down like that and him freaking out, that seems pretty genuine to me.
Other members of staff at the call center report seeing objects around the office moving all on their own, and some even claim to have had items thrown at them by something they couldn't see. So, what exactly is going on here? Many viewers think this call center in Karachi could be haunted by ghosts. But what do you think? Is this something paranormal? Let me know down below. According to Mexican folklore, Nuestra Señora de la Santa Muerte, or the Lady of Death, delivers people to the afterlife. She is said to be a skeletal figure wearing a long robe and appears as an omen of death. In this next clip, a man from Mexico claims to have caught Santa Muerte on camera. He shared this following clip while he was recording a video of his property, and at first, he didn't see anything. However, when he watched the footage back, he was horrified by what he saw.
Que barrió la basura de allá, pero hasta ahí. Pero mira toda esta madre, güey. Yo sé que no es su responsabilidad de ella, ¿no? Lógico. Pero no, sí está muy de la verga, toda esta madre está muy jodido. Hay que tratarle, bueno, voy a tratar de darle en estos días forma para que no se vea tan jodido. Acá se ve limpio, pero tomo ya esa madre también lo voy a tirar a la verga, pues en fin de cuentas no me ocupa. Que no, esa puta madre no voy a tratar de romper. Pero sí, no hay un chingo de cosas que no, ya no aplican aquí. Y pues hay que tirarlo.
The dark figure can be seen for a split second, but when the camera pans back, literally a second later, there's nothing there. The man who recorded this clip is convinced that he captured Santa Muerte on camera, and that can only mean that he or someone close to him is going to pass away. What do you think this is?
That's an interesting one. That little courtyard was walled in on both sides. It looked like the right side, from where we're looking, was a little more broken down, so someone could have jumped that stone wall, I guess, but it's hard to tell.
Santa Muerte, share your thoughts below. Cemeteries are often said to be hotspots of paranormal activity, with people claiming to see ghostly apparitions that walk amongst the graves. One clip that recently caught the attention of paranormal enthusiasts shows what viewers think is very convincing evidence of a cemetery ghost. The uploader says that they were visiting their grandparents' grave when they caught this on camera. Something moves past the camera at incredible speed. Many viewers think that this is too fast for any human or animal to be able to move, especially when surrounded by gravestones and trees. And to make this clip even more creepy, several viewers point out that whatever this is appears to be transparent, like a ghost. But what do you think this is? Could it be a ghost?
Until they show that spot where it looks transparent, I didn't even notice that. It just looked like somebody moving through the trees and gravestones.
Caught on camera.
Although I suppose you could consider that transparent, but I think this is a net or something hanging here. Some sort of... or that moss that grows off of trees, grandfather's beard or whatever it's called. It could be that too, I guess. But it just looks like there's something hanging there that isn't part of the video, or that isn't part of the the figure walking through.
Let me know.
It walks completely off screen too. It doesn't disappear when it gets to the far side. It just keeps going until it's right off the screen. So it almost looks like a person moving through the background. But they said, oh, it's transparent. It didn't look transparent to me, but that's just me.
This next clip was posted to the internet by an anonymous social media user. Information on this footage is limited, but from what I can tell, the footage was captured on a home security camera inside a woman's kitchen. As the woman makes her way through the kitchen, this happens. All of a sudden, the woman's hair is pulled by some invisible force. And just how did this woman's hair get pulled? Leave a comment with your thoughts.
Okay, that's an interesting one because, again, she reacted like she didn't know it was coming. So a genuine reaction. Like a lot of them, when they react to stuff like this, you can tell they're faking it. But that's a genuine reaction. She pops up, looks around like, who the hell pulled my hair? Almost like she wanted to beat somebody. But there was no one there. Again, it could have been faked. It could have been someone out the window there with some, with a piece of fishing line tied to her hair or something. Something you couldn't see, but who knows?
Gabia personnel uploaded this clip to her social media accounts after her home security camera picked up something she calls a supernatural apparition. In the clip, Gabia explains that she lives near a cemetery and that there have been several break-ins in her neighborhood, which prompted her to set up a security camera outside her home. However, one night, the camera records something totally unexpected.
Well, whatever that is, if it's on 3.6 times speed, it's not moving very fast. Because if it was on normal speed, it would be 1 over there, unless it's zoom, which it could be, I guess. But that's weird. It almost looks like some lights that people would say are alien in origin. But yeah, I don't know. That's weird. It almost looks like a set of legs moving slowly around, but nothing else.
A mysterious glowing light can be seen in the street outside Gabia's home. It appears to move slowly, fluctuating and changing shape. Gabia claims that this is a supernatural apparition, and her viewers agree with her. It should be noted that Gabia explains that this clip was recorded during Lent, a Christian observance that involves fasting and prayer. One viewer thinks this is significant. This is a portal where souls have complete freedom to walk the streets during these days of Carnival and Lent. If you look closely, you can see the souls passing through it. So, what's your verdict? Do you think this is supernatural? Perhaps even a ghostly portal, as one viewer suggests? Drop a comment below and let me know.
I don't know about the portal thing. I mean, it just looks like light fluctuations. I mean, there's a street light above it, because this would be a light standard right here. So if that was a drop of water that was moving around in the wind on the lens itself, it could just be that. It could just be the light from that being refracted through the droplet and moving around. But who knows?
A woman who goes by the username Kiki O and her family recently moved into a new house, but the home of their dreams quickly became their nightmare. In this first clip, Kiki O explains what's been going on and is highly disturbing.
Desde que nos mudamos aquí a la casa empezaron a suceder cosas rarísimas, sin embargo, nunca había sentido ver. La cuestión es que cuando nos mudamos de casa, los ex vecinos, los ex personas que estuvieron rentando aquí nos dijeron que pues que esta casa según tenía algo porque todas las parejas casadas se terminaban separando, cosa que pues nos dijo una persona super X, el señor, o sea, muy informal, y pues era como de que ok, las parejas no se separan por eso. Pues dijimos pues qué mamada, ¿no? O sea, sí nos asustó porque al inicio nos dijo como que en esa casa se asustan, y cuando nos dijo el motivo pues dijimos no mames, o sea, esperamos algo más fuerte. Otra cosa es que nosotros encontramos como clavos en las esquinas de las puertas y moneditas también metidos en los rincones. Esos son rituales, sí son rituales.
Kikio explains that the former tenants claim there is a curse on the house which causes couples to split up, but Kikio and her husband were skeptical and decided to move in anyway. However, within days of living in their new home, the couple noticed some strange things, such as nails and coins stuck in the corners of doors. According to Kikio, these are signs of dark rituals. Then, not long after moving in, Kikio and her husband are walking home late at night when they spot something very odd. The old lady who lives next door owns a classic car, but the door has been left wide open and the lights are all on. Worried that something could have happened to her, they hurry to check it out.
Oigan, amigos, estoy bien preocupada porque no sé qué le pasó a mi vecina, güey. Tenemos que mover los botes para tocarle y mover su tabla.
It's past midnight, and despite the car door being open and the lights left on, there's no sign of their elderly neighbor. Kikio wonders if someone had been trying to steal the car, so she and her husband knock on the old lady's front door to let her know what they have found. However, this is when things take a really disturbing turn.
¿Prende la luz? ¿No? ¿Esto no para? No, a ver, bájala. Ay, le tocas tú, me da miedo. ¿Ah? Le tocas tú, me da miedo. Uy, la mierda. Uy, tiene una pinche mierda ahí. Como que me como la cabeza. ¿No? Ah. No sé. Sí, ya viste, sí se ve como una luz. ¿Oh, sí? Ay, yo me espanté. No sé. No me sentí la mano. A ver, Alusa. Ay, güey, es que por eso no me gusta tocar. Pues se me dio una cara ahí.
Despite knocking for several minutes, nobody answers. Kikyo then approaches the window and tries knocking there instead, which is when she sees what looks like a face peeking back at her. But when she goes back to check, whoever or whatever it was has gone. Some viewers think it's just the old lady, but others think it's something else. Eventually, the old lady answers her door, but she is acting very strangely.
Hi, hola, soy yo, la vecina de al lado.
Who is it?
It's me, your neighbor. The next door neighbor.
We're trying to let you know your car is open.
¿Ah?
Your car is open.
¿Qué pasó? Su carro tiene toda la puerta abierta.
¿Mi carro?
Sí.
Oh my God. How can we open?
No sé, se nos había espantado. Soy yo, su vecina de al lado.
Oh my God.
Sí, su carro tiene toda la puerta abierta.
Alguien la abrió.
Sí. ¿Qué ves, no? Sí, está.
Yeah.
¿Quiere que le hablemos a la policía?
Virgen del Carmen. Alguien lo abrió. ¿Quién tiene la llave?
¿Quién?
¿Oh, sí?
El que viene a robar acá todo el tiempo. No hay que se pueda sacar. Creyó que había algo. ¿Ya?
¿Quiere que le llamemos a la policía?
Está la. La batería. Ya la puerta, esta puerta ya no trabaja porque la rompió. Y la policía no hace nada, ¿sabe por qué? Porque está la cámara y dice que no puede hacer nada porque no.
Well, with reference to that face she saw, the lady's wearing the same color shirt that was in there, so it was probably her. She's older. Maybe she missed her meds that day. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it's weird that apparently she knows who broke into the car, but the cops won't do anything about it.
No he reportado con la cámara y la cámara la tiene en el teléfono mi sobrina y dice que no mira a nadie, pero el hombre sigue entrando. Me ha roto la puerta del garaje 3 veces. La puerta del frente ya lleva 3 veces que le he cambiado la llave. Fíjese, no, y yo sentí ruido eran como las 7 de la noche, temprano. Yo sentí ruido, pero yo creía que era el vecino ahí. Oh my God.
She explains that the door is broken because he broke it. But who is he? She then mentions installing security cameras, but despite hearing noises and experiencing strange things at night, the cameras never capture anything. After the old lady locks up her car and heads back into her house, Kikyo and her husband return home. What they just experienced was strange, but they never would have expected that this was only the beginning. A few nights later, Kikyo jolts awake in the middle of the night.
¿Está alguien contigo durmiendo? Sí, está mi esposo. Mis 2 hijos están aquí. Los ronquidos que están escuchando son de él. No hay nadie en la casa. Se escuchan también pisadas en el techo, güey. También ahorita ya estoy más tranquila que hace rato, porque hace rato cuando hice un live también y salí y estaba mi cajón de abajo de la cama abierto. Se escuchó el ruido cuando yo estaba grabando ese video.
Kikyo claims to hear footsteps above her, even though there's nobody else in the house except for her husband and their 2 children, who are all asleep in the same room with her. Before hitting record on her phone, Kikyo got up to check where the noises were coming from, but she couldn't find anything. However, as the minutes pass by, things take a darker turn.
That's sad that she put in copyrighted music, so we can't even hear the creaking most of the time.
Pero no me gente, hace rato yo quería llorar porque tenía mucho miedo, neta. Cabrón, no mames. Bueno, gente, yo creo que le voy a hablar a la policía porque neta que no. Y es que me están tocando mi ventana. Me está tocando mi ventana. Es la puerta del cuarto la que están tocando, no mames. Hay alguien afuera de la puerta del cuarto, güey. Pero me está un puto paro.
Strange noises, as if someone is walking around on creaky floorboards, can be heard. Normally, Kikyo would suspect a break-in, but she had already done a thorough check of the house and found nothing. So, just what exactly was knocking on her bedroom door in the middle of the night? According to Kikyo, whatever it was not human.
Voy a sentar aquí porque ya se recorrieron mis hijos. Entonces...
No, te quitaste aquí.
¿Sí ven en dónde están mis hijos? Carajo.
Suddenly, the lights begin flicking on and off all on their own. Kikyo is clearly terrified, but she decides not to wake her family just in case they start to panic, which leaves her alone with her fear and whatever is outside the bedroom door. However, the noises eventually fade and Kikyo manages to fall into an exhausted sleep. But what the hell is going on here? Is her elderly neighbor somehow being affected by the negative energy too? Let me know what you think down below. Do you have a creepy clip to share? Send your scary footage to our email address, contactmindjunkie@gmail.com, and we might feature it on the channel. This next clip was uploaded to the social media account The Occult Family. Husband and wife, JP and Kimmy, are exploring the nunnery, an old and abandoned convent in Malvern that is said to be extremely haunted. According to locals, chanting can be heard echoing through the empty chapel. Shadows have been seen, and construction workers reported having their tools go missing while building on the site. JP and Kimmy bring their camera to explore the old nunnery, but nothing could have prepared them for what they caught on camera.
Seeing an image of a man in white like a doctor. Right. I don't know if it was my eyes, but did someone just see like a white, like misty thing just walk like that there?
Mate, I didn't move my torch. I'm not moving my torch.
As JP and Kimmy make their way through the nunnery's dark corridors, they suddenly see something. Kimmy says it looks like a white mist and is convinced that she and JP caught a ghost on camera, but as always, what's your verdict? Is this a ghost?
I'm not sure why holy sites like nunneries, churches, things like that would end up being haunted. But there's a lot of them. That is definitely some sort of mist, dust, maybe something kicked some dust up and it blew across the room. It's hard to tell from this video, but that's clearly white mist or dust moving around. Not sure what that could be, but it baffles me why churches and nunneries and other holy places, monasteries and stuff would end up being haunted if they're supposed to be holy. It's a little confusing to me. I don't quite understand those ones.
You decide. Social media user Tracy works on the reception desk at a large hotel in the United States. According to her, she recently called.
This one we've seen before. This is cool, actually. I like this one.
Evidence of a haunting in one of the hotel's rooms. The clip, which she captured, has really kicked up a debate among paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics. This is what she caught on camera.
So I'm here at work tonight. We have workers that come here that work on the railroad. I checked in 5 of them, and the second floor is where they usually go because that's where all the king suites are at. Well, they're all saying, please don't put me in room 205. I'm like, okay, what's wrong with 205? And not one of them would tell me what was wrong with 205. I said, is it haunted? Like, really, what is it? Nobody can tell me nothing.
Tracy explains that the hotel has a few regular guests, but all of them refuse to stay in room 205. However, they won't tell Tracy why they're so afraid of that particular room, so Tracy goes to investigate.
All right.
Yeah, this Tracy lady's brave.
It's like really cold in here, though. Like, really cold. And the air's not even on. I mean, I don't see anything. So maybe we can sit. Yeah, the air and stuff's not on. Maybe sit in the dark, see if we can hear something. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Okay, let's do this. All right, no, I'm out.
Tracy lets herself into room 205 and immediately notices how abnormally cold the room is, even though the AC isn't switched on. Tracy then decides to switch off the lights and see if anything happens. That's when she hears a voice coming from somewhere in the darkness. Listen carefully.
All right, no, I'm out.
Viewers think it sounds like someone whispering, "Hey, listen again."
All right, no, I'm out.
Tracy was left feeling creeped out by her experience in room 205, and she says she now understands why guests don't want to stay in there. However, she doesn't know much about the room or its history, so whether or not it's really haunted is a mystery. But I don't know about you. If I heard someone whispering, I'd be out of there in a flash. A man who works in a funeral home uploaded this next video after he started hearing strange noises in the middle of the night. He claims that there's no one else in the building at the time of the recording, so he grabs his phone and goes to investigate. What he caught on camera is chilling.
Miren, raza, estoy acomodando estas tablitas aquí, pero ya tiene rato que se escucha algo allá al fondo. Ahí está un maniquí, son galatas, pero es un ruido muy extraño. Mira, ¿sí lo vieron? Ok. Mira, se asoma una sombra, pero se mete.
Yeah, that looked like a person leaned out and looked at him and then disappeared back to shadows where it came from.
Mira. Ay, joder. Pero se me enchina la piel. Y es que ya tiene rato. Y bueno, como se va a quedar. Y es que guachen aquí. No pasa nada. Mira, estas son las estatuas que te digo. Pero se asomaba de ahí.
Something can be seen peeking out from behind a refrigerator. Creeped out, the man gathers his courage and approaches the area to check on whatever this is. However, there's nothing there. Whoever or whatever was just behind the refrigerator has gone. Since the man claims there's no one else in the building, just who or what could this be? Share your thoughts.
Could be somebody that hadn't gone home. Could be a prank. Who knows? I like the way that stop sign kind of lit up when he turned on his light back there. That was pretty cool.
Low. The final video in this week's compilation has been shared before. However, it's pretty creepy, so I thought I'd share it with you. The clips were uploaded by Haunted Amelia, a young woman who lives in the UK. Amelia recently bought a 250-year-old house with the plan to renovate it. However, when she came to restore the aged floorboards, she noticed that one of them was loose. Curious, she lifts it up and...
Oh, we have seen this before. This is the same house that I think this is the same one that has the dartboard that does weird things and the game room that has stuff falling off the walls and the curtains moving on their own.
Makes a surprising discovery.
It's like something old movies.
It's definitely a book, but they're not like actual pages, they're like really thick.
Amelia is shocked to discover an old book buried underneath the loose floorboard. She opens it up and finds it's filled with photographs. At first, the photographs are all portraits of various people, but then things take a more unsettling turn.
I noticed what seemed like a very old photo of my house. This is when the pictures took an unsettling turn. The rest of the album is filled with pictures of empty rooms that have an unsettling feeling. A dark shadow appears in all of these photos.
As Amelia gets further into the book, she finds photographs of what appear to be empty.
Now, old pictures tend to, well, some get lighter and some get darker. Just because there's a shadow on an old black and white picture doesn't mean it's haunted or anything ghostly. And it could just be darker because it's an old picture, an old black and white picture.
Rooms, considering the age of the pictures, which were likely captured in the late 1800s when photography was a long, expensive and precise process, it seems strange that someone would go to the trouble of photographing empty space, unless they suspected that something was there, something that couldn't be seen with the naked eye. Amelia notices that each photo has a dark shadow in it. She doesn't know what it is, but she claims to feel uneasy for several days after finding the book. This next clip, which she posted a few days later, only made her feel more creeped out.
And it's like, it just stopped. And I was like, am I tripping out?
A single dart can be seen hovering just inches away from the dartboard, slowly moving as if something invisible is holding it. But how is that possible? Amelia has no idea how to explain it, but she can't help feeling like this mysterious phenomenon is linked to the old book she found under the loose floorboard. In this final clip, Amelia hears a disturbance coming from upstairs and she goes to investigate. As Amelia enters the bedroom, the curtain suddenly pulls back and then an object flies across the room. But how? This has led viewers to speculate that, just like the dart in the previous clip, this activity is paranormal and is linked to the book Amelia found. As one commenter says, what if by opening the book, you have released what was being held in the photos? This suggests that Amelia's house may be haunted, but the question remains, what is the dark shadow in the old photographs, and why was the book buried under the floorboards? You tell me. Thanks so much for watching. If you're up for more scary videos, check out one of these next.
Alright, and that is another Fright Night Friday. Again, that last one is we've seen a couple times already. It's very interesting. Like, I was watching carefully when the dart was rotating. I just looking up and down the shaft and the fletching to see if there was any disruption in the way the light was moving that would indicate like a fishing line or something. I didn't see any. It's not. That doesn't mean it's not possibly there, but I just didn't see any. Again, that was a pretty interesting video from MINDJUNKIE. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. It's free. Then do the same over at MINDJUNKIE's channel. He puts out great videos like this all the time, or at least once a week, I think. Yeah, they're all pretty good, and I will catch you next Friday for another Fright Night Friday. Bye-bye.